Hello, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Sade Sierra, and if you are new to my channel, I'm happy to have you. So you guys, on this video, I will be doing a how-to apartment hunt for places in Atlanta to give y'all some tips on just living here, cost of living, and things like that. I recently spent about a week looking for apartments, and yeah, it can be very stressful. So I'm going to show y'all a few of the apartments that I looked at. I wish I would have filmed more of the places that I went, but this process of looking for apartments was very stressful for me. So I got my phone, but I'm going to be looking at some of the key things I want to talk about to give y'all tips on moving to Atlanta, into the metro parts of Atlanta. So one thing I want to say that about moving to Atlanta, not everything is Atlanta, and sometimes people make it seem that way. You have the city of Atlanta, and then you have the metro cities that surround it, which are basically like the suburbs of the city. Sometimes you can live in a metro part of Atlanta and still have an Atlanta address. So I just want to be clear about that as well, okay? My lease is ending, y'all, and I had to basically go on a search to find another apartment because I'm not satisfied with the level of customer service that I get here from maintenance, and just correspondence from the leasing office is very lacking. So here's one thing that you want to consider when you're moving to Atlanta or to any of the metro cities of Atlanta is location. You want to be sure that the places that you're looking to move at are not super far from your job, your school that you're going to if you're in school. If you have children, you want to make sure that it's in a school district that's good. Moving to a city that you're not familiar with, you really don't know what areas are like the best and which areas are not. So I'm going to give y'all a list of areas too that are good areas to live in. Also, you want to consider the cost of living, the prices of apartments here in Atlanta and in metro Atlanta. My honest opinion is that it's not cheap to live here. I feel like it's costly. Now, mind you, I'm from Alabama, and I'm not saying Alabama is like dirt cheap to live in, but living here, I'm basically like a woman living alone. So I have to be cautious of the places I move. And when I moved into the apartment that I'm in now, y'all, the area is okay. It has not had any like break-ins or anything that I have heard of, but the amount that I pay for rent, I pay $864, and you would think that if you're paying that for a one-bedroom that you would be like in a really nice apartment. Like coming from like Montgomery, Alabama, you can get a nice two-bedroom apartment for $800. But here, like, I'm in a one-bedroom apartment, and I actually made my apartment look nice by, you can see, like painting the wall, putting things up, you know, decor at my apartment. My living room wall is gray, and I just had to like spruce up the apartment because it was like an older looking apartment on the inside. Like, it really did look old, and I mean, it wasn't look trashy, but it just looked old. But at the time when I moved here, that's all I could really afford, because I was moving out of a situation to where my best friend and I were roommates, and she got pregnant and things happened where we had to get our own places, you know. And so at the time, this is really all I could afford. But living here showed me, like, yeah, paying $800 or $900 for rent is not gonna cut it if you want to live somewhere that's nice. Not even trying to be like a bougie lifestyle, but if you want to live somewhere that when you walk in, you're like, oh, this looks like, you know, nice. I mean, my place, it looks nice. It was like I had to do so much. But, you know, just to have an apartment that the outside looks decent, it don't look old, it don't look dusty, you're going to have to pay probably like around $1,000 in 2019 living here. So just keep that in mind, that when you move here, you're going to see apartments that are like looking dusty on the outside in certain places. But then they have these renovated units, but it's like the outside looks like $19.95. Now you talking about like the skyrise apartments that you see these, a lot of these YouTubers or people just in Atlanta moving into here. Those places are starting off for like $1,400 a month for one bedroom. So yeah, the coin is like up there. So the best thing that I would say is to just budget out how much the cost of living is here. If you can get a roommate or have a roommate when you move here, that'd be great. You could get you a really nice apartment. Let's say you could get you maybe like a 2-bedroom for like $1,200 or $1,300, and you'll be splitting that with somebody. So versus you staying by yourself, you're gonna be paying around $1,100 to like $1,200 for a one bedroom by yourself. Like, that's a lot of money to me for one person. People may say, well, in New York and in California and DC, this is rent, and that's still a lot. So yeah, for a one bedroom, you're gonna be paying around $1,000 for something that's nice. Now, I didn't say super bougie, but something that's nice, probably gated, nice community. That's what you're gonna be paying. Anything less than that, it's gonna look sketchy on the outside, and I'm just gonna be real with y'all. I went on apartment.com, Zillow, Apartment Guide, all those websites, and one thing y'all gotta look at are the reviews. The reviews, they don't lie, but you do need to look at those reviews, because there was an apartment that I loved, and I was gonna like move and apply for that apartment. It was $1,020 a month. Now that is a lot, but it was beautiful though. Tell me why somebody had posted 2 months prior that somebody had just got shot there. Okay, no, I'm not moving there. I'm not gonna be paying $1,000 for rent and people shooting. You can't really just go off of the pictures on apartment.com and Apartment Guide and Zillow, because some of those pictures are misleading as to how these properties look in person. So I want y'all to keep that in mind as well, okay? And this is not to discourage anybody from living here, but this is just to be honest with y'all. So I'm going to tell you about some places that I feel like are good places to live when you're moving here. First, we're going to start with like Atlanta, the city of Atlanta. The city of Atlanta is going to cost you a lot more money, but if you want to live in the city of Atlanta, I think Buckhead is a nice area. It's expensive, so you probably want to live there if you're in your career, or if you have a family and you're making a good income. Buckhead is nice. Midtown is nice, and I believe Brookhaven is considered Atlanta. So Brookhaven is a nice area as well. So Midtown, Buckhead, Brookhaven are nice. Those are nice areas in the city of Atlanta that I would say, okay, if you want to live in Atlanta, look in those areas. If Brookhaven is not city of Atlanta, it's like right there. It's like Buckhead, Brookhaven, Buckhead, Brookhaven. So let's move outside of Atlanta. If you're looking to move outside of Atlanta, some places that I would recommend for you to look at. Remember these places, y'all. If you don't hear these places, then they probably ain't safe, or they probably kind of sketchy. Dunwoody, that is considered North Atlanta. Sandy Springs, Alpharetta, Roswell. Those are nice places. In Marietta, Vining, Smyrna. If I'm forgetting something, then please forgive me, but I'm trying to give you places that are like trying to give you places that are gonna have you driving no more than 30 minutes outside of Atlanta. I don't want to give you places that are like an hour out. You know, I'm trying to give you places that are like not too far out, okay? There are some parts of Decatur that are nice. It's expensive though. It can be expensive. Now, Decatur has its hood part. City of Decatur and North Decatur Road have some nice places, but it costs money. It's gonna be a coin. I think I've done enough talking. I'm gonna actually show y'all some of the apartments that I looked at. I believe it's 3 or 4 that I have recorded, and but I did get approved for one of those apartments that I applied to, And I'm very excited because it's going to be closer to work for me, and it is in Decatur, Georgia. I'm not going to tell y'all the name of my apartment, but I will tell you that it is on North Decatur Road. So if you're looking to move here and you Google North Decatur Road apartments, it's going to be some nice apartments that come up, and that's a nice area indicator. Like I said, then again, you have to know the places you're looking at in Decatur, because Decatur has this side that you do not want to live in. This will not be the safest, and then it has its very nice parts as well. The next clips will be places that I looked at, and I really hope that you guys got some helpful tips out of this video. And I will be doing an empty and a furnished apartment tour once I move into my place in May. Love y'all.